Hey everyone. So I'm going to do a quick indoor garden update, and I'm going to kind of describe what I have, what I use to grow in, what I'm growing, kind of why I pick some of the things that I do grow. Just to give you a little bit of idea of what's in my head when I do my indoor garden. So here's the peppers. This is the Tangerine Dream, and actually we're getting a couple fruit sets in there. Not too many yet. I seen like 2 or 3, which is okay. It's doing pretty good. And that plant stays fairly small. It doesn't grow super big. You can see the one next to it, that's the apple crisp. It's got quite a few flowers on there. And just like tomatoes, I do go by and shake these because it does help pollination. It does help the pollen drop. And I'm growing this in an AeroGarden Bounty. This is the Bounty Wi-Fi. We actually got this Black Friday a few years ago. It was a really good deal. So this actually connects Wi-Fi and tells you all the little fancy things on it. But you don't need that. But this is a 9 pod. There's 9 holes up in here, so you can grow 9 different plants. When you're growing something as large as these, naturally you can see there's really not that much other room for anything else. But that's the AeroGarden that I have. And I do have an affiliate with Amazon, so I will link everything in the descriptions that I talk about in the videos in case anybody wants to go look at what I'm using to grow or other things that I might recommend, and you're interested. You can buy it. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It just does give me a little kickback, a small percentage if somebody buys something. And this one here, so this is the AeroGarden Sprout. This is more designed to be on like the countertop. So it's a small footprint, growing herbs and stuff like that. As you can see, this is as high as this light goes. So you're only going to get, what's that, about a foot, 12 to 16 inches maybe, of growing space in there. So can't grow anything real tall. But they do say, they show pictures with the basil and all that kind of stuff. I think it's designed more to start growing, harvesting as you're growing, and that kind of stuff, so it doesn't get super big. And the reason these don't get that big in the AeroGarden here is because the reservoir is not that big. So if you actually don't give the roots enough room to grow, the plant will not grow to its full potential. And that's just what happens with these. Now, a lot of these peppers, I'm assuming, especially this one was a smaller one outside. It only grew to a couple feet tall, which is taller than it's going to get in here. This one, I'm assuming the way it looks now, it's growing quite a bit bigger. So this probably outside would be, I would say, a 3 to 4 foot plant easy. And I picked this pepper because I've never grown it before. I try to do that over the winter, is I try to pick a variety that I've never grown, so that I can taste it and see if it's something that I want to put in the outdoor garden next year. I try to do that. I didn't do it with tomatoes this year because I did have a favorite, and I did this pepper again because this is one of my favorites as well. So that's why I picked that one, and that's why I picked this one, is because I've never grown it and I want to taste it and see if I want to grow it outdoors. Naturally, most of you are aware of the micro dwarfs, and I'm trying those for the first time. Now, these over here, these are 27-gallon totes. I got these at Home Depot. This is what I grow my large plants in, like the tomatoes, cucumbers. This year has not been very good. I have a video. I actually did check the water in this. I'm going to post that video sometime in the future here, showing the meters and checking the pH and EC and stuff. It's been a few days now. I don't really see it making a comeback. So I'm deciding whether I'm going to start a brand new tote, get rid of this whole thing, and the same with my cucumbers. That was a new variety as well, from Danny from Cajun Hydroponics, and that's just, it doesn't like what's going on. So I'm going to decide whether I'm going to redo everything or not. But I do grow large plants in a 27-gallon tote. This tomato, a 27-gallon tote, will probably last a whole life cycle for this. I mean, an indeterminate really will continue to grow as long as the environment supports it, but for what I do, for the time frame over the winter that I do, this generally will suffice and keep the plant fed for the whole life of the plant. I did have to one time add a little bit near the end just to string it along a bit, but for the most part, that'll do it. And the same with the cucumber. That's why I only have one in each of these totes, because that should be enough water for the cucumber to survive its life. I have not checked this tote yet. I'm going to check this one and see. I mean, this one still has new growth coming through that is quite nice and healthy, but everything else is just dying back. So I'm going to check this tote. I don't have high hopes because, I don't know, the issues that I had, I've never had these issues before, and I've mixed both of these the same way as I've done in the past. So, not to say I did it the right way or the wrong way. I did it a way where it worked the last time. Maybe I got lucky. So I'm probably going to do a new one and just follow the book step by step and do everything the proper way and see if that makes a difference. But I don't have much hope for these two guys anymore. Same with the other cucumber. As far as grow lights are concerned, I have two over here. I have two Hidden Harvest grow lights. Those are the square ones. And the one in the back I got off Amazon. It was a $70, a Chinese. It's a MRHUA light. That was around $70. The Hidden Harvest grow lights are $80. The Hidden Harvest grow lights are only 34 watts. The other one is a 650 watt. So it draws more power. And I could not actually get my tomatoes to ripen last year for some reason under that light. Once I added the Hidden Harvest grow lights, they seemed to start to want to ripen. I don't know if it was a timing thing, but it seems like the Hidden Harvest grow lights actually do a better job. And $70 compared to $80, I mean, I think the Hidden Harvest grow lights would be a better investment if you're looking for some grow lights. You can check his website. It's Hidden Harvest. Actually, he's on YouTube as well. He tells you, how tall it is, how much area. I think it covers like an 18 by 18 at like 2 feet or something like that. Don't quote me. I'm not exactly sure, but it's something like that. But yeah, those are good lights, and I would recommend those to anybody that wanted grow lights. They're a very good quality light. So you've seen my seed starting area. These were another Amazon clip-on LED grow light. This was fairly cheap. I think it was like $20-something. And I like using these so you can cover it so it keeps the moisture in there. And you can actually tell there's condensation in there. So during the course of the time I put seeds in there, I may have to sprinkle a little bit of water in there, maybe once or twice. I mean, you should always check your Rockwell cubes to make sure they're not dried out. But I really haven't had any issues with that. The other thing, the lettuce. I know everybody's probably following along with the lettuce. So what I'm trying to actually do is I'm trying to do a lot of the experiments so other people don't have to do them. I want to show people that it's easy to grow, especially lettuce, and a lot of other greens are easy as well. So that's why I set these two totes up, and that's why I have not checked them. I have not checked these with a pH. I have not checked what the EC is of the nutrients or anything. So you can, if you followed along, you can see inside, there's issues with when I mixed them, and we'll go quick in here and I'll show you. There's sediment in the bottom. I always get the oil slick. This one's a little harder to see, but I always get that oil slick, no matter if it's in one of these kind of totes or if it's in a food grade tote that would never leach anything from the plastic. So I always get that. And I'm not concerned with it. Like I said, I get it all the time, and I've never had an issue. This one, you can see everything is perfectly healthy. There are no issues. And there's all that white sediment down there. Now, I've stirred this up, it doesn't stir up unless I actually wipe it off the bottom. So I don't know why it did that, but I'm leaving it because, again, I want to show you this is not, it's not rocket science to do this, right? So when these heads are done, these heads will be edible. I may have to pick some edges, you know, that brown. I'll pick them off a little bit, but they're perfectly edible. They may not be 100% to their full potential, which is okay, because I didn't want to have to deal with anything, right? I wanted to throw the stuff in there, and I wanted to let it grow, and I wanted to see how it would do. So anybody can do that. They can throw in some nutrients, throw in some water, well, dechlorinated water. At least let your water sit for a few days. Put in the water, put in the nutrients, get your seeds in there and let them grow. And they will grow. The lights that I use, these grow lights, these are not grow lights. These are actually LED shop lights. This is a, see if you can get that in there. This is a 6000K 5200 lumen grow light. Now the brighter, the higher the lumens, the brighter, which means you don't have to keep them as close to the plant to give them what they need out of that spectrum of light, that color light. If they're not as bright, you keep them a little bit lower to the plant and they should do fine. I grow all of my greens under regular shop lights. No grow lights, just regular LED shop lights that you would buy for your basement or your garage. So these were, I think, $30 each on Amazon. They're linkable, so you could link them in a line and connect one to the next one and run them right off of one little power switch. But they work perfect. The totes, also bought off of Amazon. These are 3-gallon totes. Not food grade, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, I've never had a problem. Some people want food grade totes, and that's fine. You can buy them. You pay a little bit more money, but you can get them. And then these ones are going to be the DWC. So the only difference is these have nutrients, no air over here. These ones are going to have, you can hear the air pump running, and you can see the tubes in the back. So each one of these has an air stone in it, and the pump is running with that air stone. So these ones are going to need nutrients soon, which I'll do a video on that, because I'm going to actually set these up. This is going to be General Hydroponics Maxi Grow. This is going to be the Master Blend. I'm going to change that. Actually, I've said that twice, so I'm going to change it now. And I'm going to grow these as a DWC, and I'm going to see how they compare to the other ones, and I want to see how they compare. So these are, like I said, these were just thrown together, no testing and no anything. I'm going to actually do another bucket, one of these white buckets over here. I have another one outside that I have painted. I'm going to put together one of these with another head of lettuce. I'm going to do it kratky style without the air, and I'm going to also test the pH, test the EC, so that I can compare, and I'll take some pictures, compare one of these types of lettuces that was grown without properly checking everything, and then compare it to one that I properly checked everything, and see how big of a difference there is. That way you guys can see as well. You know, is it worth spending extra money to get meters, to test everything, to make sure everything is good and exact the way it should be, or if good enough is actually good enough. So I just wanted to give you guys some background as to how I'm doing things and why I'm doing the things the way I'm doing, and then how I select some of the plants that I actually grow in the indoor garden. Here's the other cucumber. Again, this one not doing so great. I've gotten a lot of cucumber starts, but the plants just kind of die off. I got to check that one as well. I have not checked all of them yet. The only one I did was the tomato, which I did the video on, which I still have to edit. But, and there's my pineapple and my aloe, which are still going good. Again, the pineapple's not really growing. It's just sustaining. It's staying alive, which I guess maybe that's fine till it goes outside again next year. It should have enough light. I mean, these lights have the perfect spectrum. But, and this is another Hidden Harvest grow light. Oh, and the other light up there is a lumen pool grow light. That, I mean, they work. Again, that was another about a $70 grow light off of Amazon. That you can get if you're looking for a, you know, a cheap made in China light. But yeah, that was about it. I just wanted to give you kind of a breakdown. What I do, why I pick what I pick, and that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit longer video than normal, but hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please click that like button. Please subscribe. Leave me a comment if there's anything else that you guys would like to see me try to grow. I'm game for most new things. As long as I can do it, I'll try. All right, that's it. Till next time, grow something. See ya.